Alright, welcome back. Time to convince this guy that, to stop doing what he did after he journeyed thousands of miles and I killed some of his dudes. But, your god told me to stop you, so, you know, it's fine, right? Don't worry about it. Alright. Again, I must focus. Please leave, quietly if you don't. Remigran sent me to close the Frost-Hewn breach. You are a man of compassion. Would you trap us here another 100 lifetimes? Shakes his head, weariness creeping back into his eyes. We can't continue like this. Gotta find a way into the White Void. The White Void.
Rimergon's domain. A place
Why
where
would you
all
want to
things
go
are
into
mingled
like a
snowflakes
icy,
in a blizzard.
a frozen wasteland world?
It's a vortex of such chaos that even the beast of winter himself could not calculate the trajectory of the infinite particles of essence there. As souls are broken down over successive reincarnations, they become part of the White Void. It is a place where all things find perfect unity and freedom. The Frost-Hewn breach is a weak spot in the barrier between us and the White Void. Thin ice on a frozen lake.
So
We've come from the White that wends to find it.
Tell me about you and
We
your
call
people.
ourselves Glomfellan. Most here know us as Pale Elves. We hail from the White that wends, a glacial continent at the southernmost edge of Eora.
They're nomads. Hardy lot. Some of the tribes occasionally spend a season in southern Nazata.
We received a watcher in our lands a season ago and paid her to tell us of the origins of our souls. We wanted to contemplate the essence that fills us and consider how Rimergond might shatter and sow us once our days are spent. We were not prepared for what we learned.
I don't think the Watcher was either. She explained that every one of us had been reborn whole into the clan over centuries. Generations spanning back to the first days our people set foot on the White that wends. We had all been cut off from the mercy our God promises. That night we began awakening, experiencing fragments of our past lives, old hatreds, dead passions, tangled memories. It illuminated nothing but the realization that we're doomed to live 1,000 pointless lives, never closer to Rimergon's salvation. So they want oblivion. How did he conclude those lives were pointless? Heroboss ponders aloud behind you. Maybe Rimergon showed them exactly what they asked, and they can't see the answer in front of them. I suppose when one seeks when they ought to listen, a leap of reasoning is to be expected. We want to die. We want Rimergon to scatter our souls into the ether, that their million fragments might join with the White Void. He looks at his hands and the single frostbitten finger. My magic hasn't found a way through the Frost-Hewn breach yet, but there must be one. Give him the glowing ice cream. Rimergon gave me this ice shard to close the breach. Perhaps it will let you through. Glassfall cups his hands around the shard, his face lit by its frozen glow. A token from the beast of winter himself. Closes his hand around the frozen crystal. You've given us a gift that's been denied to us for centuries. Thank you. He summons the rest of the Pale Elves, and they gather around the Frost-Hewn breach. What's about to happen? Oh. Wait. Why did I lose reputation with the Fangs? Huh? Wait, why did that happen? And I lost reputation with the Twin Elms. Why? Okay. Oh. Wait, what? The breach is still open? How am I supposed to stop this shit? Hold on. We're going back to this. Sorry about that. That is bizarre. Okay, I thought the shard was supposed to close the thing.
Ah.
That makes sense. Alright, whatever. And I lost reputation with the people because of that. Although to be fair, you shouldn't want to just... I thought using the shard would close the breach. That's why I gave it to him. But, you know.
Rimergon's the Frost-Hewn breach so that we can die permanently. We've lived more lifetimes than any mortal should. We've been faithful followers of Rimergon since our earliest incarnations.
So they
is the god
reincarnate
of
into
entropy.
followers of him again?
Why would he force us to be reborn again and again?
It's the natural order of things? Huh. Hereabouts looks like Glassball solemnly looks to you. That rage sounds painfully familiar. Why did the god of seekers punish me for asking a question? Still, I wish I can give him the peace Whale has shown me. Gods act in ways that are unknowable to us. To ascribe them motivations is assume them to be folk, not gods. Better to accept in advance than to lament and stay stuck in one place. They're kind of like the Greek gods. The Greek gods are have very human
But
characteristics.
if
They're not
anything
really
could pass
unfun.
through the frost-hewn breach, it would enter directly into the white void. This death is overdue for us. We just have to find a way through.
Tell me about you and your
We
people.
call ourselves Glom.
Oh, yeah,
We receive.
Can't oppose the will of my god. He laughs, but his eyes do not. You think that because River God spoke to you in a dream, you can march here and tell us about his will? Or that your elegant words will direct our faith? Oh, you need high resolve. Hold on. Alright, so I need resolve 17. I need to find something that, alright, I'm gonna just keep this in mind. We'll come back when I have resolve 17. Oops, wait, did I load the right one? I don't think I did. Let's go kill the dragon. Okay, so the way how I've discovered some stuff during the listing. Abilities don't stack. Stats don't stack on equipment. If one equip gives you resolve +2 and another gives you resolve +3, you only get +3. So I'm currently at 16 resolve, so I need to find an equipment that gives me 1 extra resolve that are yeah. Get ready for more loading screens. Yeah. So my highest resolve thing is +2 right now, so I gotta find something that gives me resolve +3. Maybe it won't even convince him to leave, but we'll see. I really should have made my character with higher resolve. I feel kind of sad about that. I put a lot of constitution to my character, which no conversation thing needs. It makes me some regret.
I understand. Heravius, do you really believe all that nonsense about being chosen by the gods?
I think they choose us with all the care and concern of choosing which fruit to pluck from a tree. I think the gods certainly use us, and I'm not yet convinced there's any greatness in being
Speaking of that, I haven't
chosen
spoken
as
to her
such.
yet.
Verus, that makes 2 of us alone in a world of zealots and madmen. Need something?
I was wondering about your order. The Brotherhood of the Five Sons. Back in the Republics, we call it the Fremas Misconsulis. Solius. Okay, so I guess she's supposed to be like some vaguely French. The Five Sons are the Duke's battles. The great dukes who rule over the most powerful republics. Spirento, Ansenze. You know, it might be Italian actually. This kind of reminds of the Venetian states, right? Salona, Ozia, and Revua. The Duke's bells keeps the republics moving forward, keep us at the forefront of trade and technology, keep us strong against our rivals. We brothers are sworn to aid and protect them for the good of the republic and the citizens. How does that work? With 5 dukes, they can't agree all the time. Hahaha, of course not. They argue endlessly in the Songrada Ducala. Their brotherhood is forbidden to take sides in their debates. Not that I want to. I'd rather risk life and limb fighting the Republic's enemies than listen to the droning lectures of the Ducal Congress. Our loyalty is not to individual dukes, but to the dukes as a whole, to their collective will and resolutions. We follow the mandates of the Ducal Congress. The individual dukes direct us, but they have an understanding of how we are not to be used. Okay. Say brothers, but my breastplates bulge in the wrong spots? She cracks a small smile. I may look like a woman and sound like a woman, but according to the Republic's laws, I'm not. What they call godlike, people like me, we can never bear children, so we can't be real women, for what that's worth. Most women in the Republics, if they can't bear children, it's like the sun has set on their lives. But what it was worth to me, freedom. The Brotherhood has a prohibition against women entering, but I was allowed. Many resented the decision, but I learned long ago not to care. What's so great about the Valiant Republics? Long ago, the great empire of Valia thrived. As the empire collapsed into the warring states of Old Valia, much of that old culture was lost. The Old Valiants see grandeur in the acts of their forebears and believe it elevates them. They are a tired people from a fading time. There was once beauty in the great cities of the empire, but there are few alive today who ever saw it. The Valiant Republics are a rebirth of Grand Valiant culture, but we are more than just that. While Old Valia was content to look ever backward, the Republics will shape the future. When did you become a brother? I joined the Order when I was very young, only 6. I did not pass any final examinations until I was 20. It's not something I ever expected to happen. Pirates attacked the town where my family lived. It was not uncommon when I was young. They were more of a nuisance than a real threat, but they were persistent enough that the Duke of Ozia saw fit to send the Fremas to deal with the threat. I was enamored with the idea of being one of them. I didn't even know what it meant to serve a country then. I didn't really even know what the republics were. I was just a little girl. But maybe I wanted to be them because I saw how people celebrated them. I saw how people thanked them for what they did. Most of all, I saw how they left this place that felt like a prison to me. So how did you wind up joining? My father resented me and my presence. When he learned that the Brotherhood accepted my kind, because we were not considered women, he asked if I could be traded in exchange for taxes he owed on his land. The recruiter believed that having a godlike among the ranks would be prestigious, so he accepted in spite of my physical limitations. Why did your father resent you? Because I was born different. But more than that, because the birth hurt my mother. It left her unable to bear more children. She weakly shrugs her shoulders. It's why my father traded me to the Brotherhood. My mother, she was a different sort. Kinder, more forgiving. She did not blame me for being what I was, but when my father looked at me, he saw his family line ended. He hated me for it. Our lives are strange. There are other ways my father could have dealt with me. He could have killed me at birth. No one in the village would have thought less of him. Shrugs, the membranes of her eyes sliding out and back from beneath her eyelids. Being sold to the Brotherhood turned out to be the better alternative. Oops. Was it difficult? It was more difficult than I had imagined, but I was a child. Children fail to understand the true difficulty of things, but it makes them resilient to the doubt that plagues us in old age. Still, childhood eventually gives way to adolescence. It was then that the young men began to hate me for being different. Not godlike, but a woman among them. She shifts uncomfortably. For many years, it was hard to bear. It took me 3 tries to pass the physical tests required of all brothers. Such failures are not rare, but it was used against me up until the day I left. It wasn't until I entered service that I was able to escape the abuse. What do you want? I wish I had been born ordinary. I wish I had been born somehow different than I was. Or that I had been born somewhere, sometime, where there was a place for me. But I was not. In the republics, people look at me and they see a godlike. I cannot marry, I cannot even practice a trade in most cities. My appearance is too upsetting to people. Even though I could not be a part of that order, I saw the value in it. I thought that if I could help preserve the republics, people would see that there was a place for my kind within our society. The dukes are good leaders, but they need the Brotherhood to help them. How to heal him. Like with anyone who's different, most people are curious or afraid. And if they're afraid, she shrugs, they get angry. They want to make sense of the world, and people like me can be confusing. And believe me, people are easily confused. Her tone becomes more serious as her voice and gaze drift off. After a long moment, she looks back to you. We all have to protect ourselves, no matter where we are. Being different means always looking over your shoulder, no matter what company you keep. Where in the Valiant Republics are you from? Small fishing village near Bigapep. Can't remember the name. Why are you concerned about animancy in Defiance Bay? People look at the republics as a nation of traders. We do engage in much commercial trade through Defiance Bay, but the greatest value we have found is not written on the ledger line. It's intellectual wealth. The ideas that we exchange. Well, it's interesting that a paladin is talking about this. The Deerwood and the Valiant Republics are the world's leaders in animancy. If the Deerwood institutes prohibitions against research and practice of animancy, it will have serious repercussions for the Valiant Republics. Do you see animancy as just something to be traded? I'm not a scientist, but I believe animancy can benefit us all. There are so many questions to be answered about who we are, why I am the way I am. If we can answer them, maybe we can make life better for everyone. Of course it's dangerous, but we who live in the Eastern Reach, we're the children of pioneers. We sought out the danger. Okay, I'd like to know your opinion on something. How do you think things are going? I'm glad you know how much can be gained from diplomacy. In the Brotherhood, we are trained to keep our physical strength in reserve and use wits and words to navigate our ways through most conflicts. She raises a feathered finger to emphasize her point. There'll always be a time for war, but I'm glad to see you have the strength not to succumb to the desire every time the opportunity arises. Alright, what do you think about the Deerwood? It's not the Republic's, but the Deerwood is one of our closest allies. We trade more with the Deerwood than any other nation, and we have no greater ally in supporting animancy research. Shakes her head slightly. Still, I do not understand the Deerwooden obsession with revenge and feuds, nor the widespread hatred of Orlans. The Orlans from Ir Glenfath fight for their homes and their culture, as anyone would. They fight dirty, but I would too if all my enemies were twice my size. The Republics view Aedir Empire as a threat. We used to view the Empire as a threat. Since the revolution in Deerwood, the Republics have benefited from the shield that the Deerwood provides. It's another reason why I fear the fall of the Defiance Bay. If the Deerwood is weak, Aedir will surely test the Republic's dominance in Eastern Reach. Well. So it's that... It's kind of like Crimea and Russia, right? They want Crimea and parts of Ukraine to use as a buffer against NATO. It's just it's like a shield. Like, gives you some, it at least buys you some time to let you know when trouble is coming. Alright. What do you know about Rautai? They've done impressive things with cannon and artillery, and some of their ships' designs are interesting, but they shout too loudly over minor accomplishments. No one seriously questions that the Republics control all sea lanes in Eastern Reach. Okay. Yeah, some of these companion things are very interesting.
Yeah? Need something? We can speak enough.
Who else haven't I talked to? Nope, I guess we're done. Anything else about...
Your mind comes...
What's that you're wearing on the wrist? Why do you wear...
There was no child to carry it.
And suddenly there's a rasping cry across her consciousness, and you see her flinch, visibly as if struck. She raises her hands, and you see the chimes drift from them, yet they make no sound as she moves. It's about the Hollowborn.
The Hollowborn.
The same chill you feel before is stronger now, as if it's welling around your feet to your ankles. You feel a sudden urge to draw away, as if from an unpleasant memory.
The Hollowborn have a future. They can be saved, and the Tells spoke of such.
We don't know if that's true, or if they can't even be
They
saved.
can be saved. They must be saved. You have seen the beauty in childbirth. What good came into the world there on the plateau. You helped me recall it. It is a memory we shared. It is the truth.
No more equivocation. What really happened at the
And
Burning
what would
Bell?
you consider real, Watcher? The truth that was experienced and remembered? Or the one that burned out only to be swept under the rug and forgotten like ash from a fireplace?
What happened mattered. Forgetting it doesn't make it less
And
real.
how much of your own life has been lost to the error of memory? How many loves and betrayals were colored with the false hues of emotion? A pity to wonder how much of your own life happened the way you recall.
Okay, dream and memory. What happens with dream and memory? Let me see what my resolve is. 16, man. I need one more. Yeah. I should have put more in resolve. But off we go. We can go to Northfield now, and then Temple of Hylea. Temple of Hylea is its own thing. Interesting.
The figurine. It's glowing.
Oh,
I'm ready.
someone's here. is this? Tracks and bloodstains continue further to the east. Alright. Guess we're gonna find her. Find her elder. Over here, hurry. Quinn hides in the tall underbrush. Twigs poke out of her hair. Chunks of dried mud cling waist-high to her leather leggings. Quiet. Keep low. Take a look. My friends are up there, over the lip of the hill. The Fangs must have caught the scent and rushed the group. Some of my friends are still alive, but the Fangs have them surrounded. The expedition, or remains of it, must have taken cover in some ruins above these cliffs. The Fangs must be toying with them, or letting them starve a bit before the next attack. Or they're as good as dead. Where did Fangs get here? Cut a decoy path. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Maybe you can find a way around the Fangs. You aren't dressed like my men. Maybe you should try talking to the Fangs? You might. They might not think you're with us. Okay.
I'm ready.
Hold on. Where does the blood path lead to? Oh. Alright. Oh damn, there's a lot of these. Okay.
I'm ready. For the Republic! Ready, Watcher. My bow.
Wow, I did set this on the lowest difficulty, so kind of just a formality at this point.
I'm ready.
Whoa, what the hell is this?
Those wounds. They look like they came from a Stelgar's claws.
Okay, few more. Beneath the raging waterfall, the corpse of an elven Glenfaffin hunter lies shattered against the rocks. Broken bones protrude through its skin, but you also notice deep parallel cuts in the rotting flesh. The slashes trace almost every part of the body, as if it had been ravaged by a dozen blades. The man probably died before his fall from the cliffs above. You touch the dead elf's forehead, droplets of water glistening down his purple surface, and you feel a sudden jolt from the hunter's lingering essence. The world around you fades away. You're walking among the underbrush without making a sound. Moonlight catches sight of your arms, shining them pale, but you quickly dart again into the shadows of the giant trees of the Northfield. Your blood brother is not so deft as you expected. Look at him. Frail, unaware. He doesn't deserve to share the glory of this hunt. It's been countless seasons since a Stelgar like this one, twice the size of his lesser kin, has roamed the forest near Twin Elms. Arthwin fell for the trick. You almost feel pity for him, but you've convinced yourself that he'd only get in the way once the killing begins. He'll be safer by the river, expecting that we'll flank the Stelgar when it comes out to drink. But this kill will only be yours. The Stelgar is larger than you imagine. It stands without fear atop the waterfall's ridge, its silhouette cutting a monstrous hole against the mantle of the night sky. A beast of legend. A true hunter. Your hand tightens around the shaft of your father's spear. The weight feels balanced, just right as you prepare to throw. You put everything into it. The spear flies true and hits its mark. The Stelgar didn't even hear a sound. Its blood spills bright on the rocks, yet it stands unfazed. The beast pounces. Moonlight shines over its great fangs. Your hands draw your blades, without a second thought. You lunge forward to meet this monster. It's fast. It's ripping your flesh apart. You stab at the darkness engulfing you, deep, again and again. But there is no slowing its embrace. Wait, what? So he did die from the monster. Maybe? To the way. The monster. Hylea Temple, the mercy of the tribes. Alright. Arthwin is okay. Oh, time to learn some more.
I'm ready.
Okay, I have to go to the top of the thing. Well, let's save first and see if we're ready to resolve this dispute, because hopefully I can resolve this without having to kill anyone. Have to be diplomatic. Oh.
I'm ready.
Tread carefully, Estramore.
To fight. More foreigners, more unclean feet trampling on our hands, on our lands, more blood to feed the trees. You should not be here, Estramore. If you are here in our lands, either to steal from us or aid those who would. Dear wooden mercenaries, looters, can you hear those panicked whispers? Leave this place at once or we'll kill you officially. I am a friend of yours. Speak the truth, foreigner? If you are indeed a friend, you will respect our lands and not defile our sacred soil with your trespass. The invaders must be purged from our lands. Prove your worth and we will believe your word. Tell me about these mercenaries. If they surrender, will you let them live? Softness such as yours. Oh my god, another Resolve 17? Their greed knows no bounds. Their memory honors no history. What use have we of prisoners? What example do we set to others by letting them live? Why would we forgive again? Okay, so I need 12 Twin Elms, Okay. Okay, so if my reputation with Twin Elms gets high enough, I can convince her to just back off, right? Same with the other thing. Let me see what my reputation is right now, though.
The figurine. It's glowing.
Okay. Yes.
I'm ready.
Well, and I will help you find your... Let me see what my reputation is right now. Twin Elms. Ally. Faintly good. Alright, so I gotta...
I'm ready.
Cause this really weird thing of... Alright, I gotta head up there. So, did he actually get... Wait a second. Alright, whatever. Young bear. Wow, it really does trivialize all combat encounters. I might turn it back up for bosses, but we'll see. What is over here? Hold on, what is over? How do I get there? Should have like a 4 times speed, or like a 5, or no, 8 times speed. So these maps are wolf leader.
The ashes vox converano. I'm ready.
Alright, what happened here? Arrows, crude and flesh with bright arrows. Bright feathers protrude from the corpse.
I'm ready.
Descriptions under this altar, almost unreadable under the thick layer of moss, pay homage to Hylea.
Not a sound. So, got shot by archers. Hold on. I guess you can't, I can't look at that. Alright, whatever. Let's go. Keep exploring.
My mind feels
Whoa,
sacrosanct.
what the hell is this? Alright, let's
Ready, Watcher. For the Republic!
Alright.
I understand.
Alright, what the hell's going on here? Alright, first let's get some of these herbs. is this? Oh, a winding stair hugs the cliffside, providing an impressive view as you work your way higher and higher. Not too far from the path, however, you find your progress interrupted. A large boulder appears to have fallen onto the road from somewhere up above, and now squarely in your way. Okay. Push the boulder up. Oh. There you go. Oh. Oh no! Your ordeal pass, you continue your climb, and the rest of the journey proceeds with it. Alright, you get to Hylea's nest. Wait, what? No! Let me go back to that other place. Damn it! It forces you to go there? Oh wow, you can't even turn back either. Alright, well, oh no, there you can. I guess I really have to find this extra resolve equipment.
Figurine. It's glowing.
Okay, what is this? Clouds above the cliff.
I'm ready.
Oh wow, Sagani's really hurt. Uh-oh. Come upon a clearing and see a group of Glanfaffins standing in a circle. Sagani glances from the Aedra statuette to the hunters, looking for a connection. Meanwhile, their bows are drawn. Take it easy, we're just looking for someone.
What business does an Estremor have with the fangs?
They step aside and turn to you, and as they do, you see something on the ground behind them. Lying amidst the ferns is a white stag. Dark blood mars its brilliant coat, and its sides tremble with quick, shallow breaths. You feel a presence in the beast, something ancient and familiar. Before you can speak, something thumps to the ground. You look down and see the Aedra bear, its bright glow flickering.
Auric's shadow.
Sagani draws up beside you, her wide eyes fixed on the dying stag. Durance opens his mouth as if to rant on wasted time, or perhaps the animal's weakness. But something about the look on Sagani's face steals the air from his lungs, and he falls silent. One of the hunters takes a step forward, and Sagani raises her bow, and arrow nocks.
Any closer, and you'll bleed out next to him.
Her voice is low and tremulous.
I never thought I'd prepared myself to meet a stranger. To share the honor and history of my village with someone who had no knowledge of us. Even someone who'd scorn our way of life.
Finish this
I was
before
going
it's
to
too
tell him about the years of abundance in Masuk. How his granddaughters have hunted caribou, and his grandsons made our walls strong. But he'll be gone in minutes.
Remind of his impact on Masuk. She tells Parsok of prosperous decades, of the grain trade that sustained them through long winters. She recites the stories told about him and speaks of the new elders who have followed in his footsteps. Stag takes a final shuddering breath and falls still.
If you've finished your chanting, we need to get to work before the
Wow.
meat spoils.
Did your elders teach you even a mouse dropping's worth of decency? There will be other kills to
They're
dress and
rusty elves.
eat, but there will only be this one chance for Sagani to say her due respects.
Have you no respect? A great soul inhabited this body.
And it's gone now. What's left is our kill.
Oh, Sagani, an
I want
apology.
nothing from the tongues of these carrion eaters. Coming from people who revere stones and long-dead Audra.
Whoa.
It's not just worshipping stones, you fool. It's about respect for what was built by those who came before you. Persok means to you what those long-dead Audra mean to us.
She slanders the builders.
You have performed your ritual, Sagani. Let them have
I
theirs.
see your point.
Minor positive. Alright, hey, I even got some rep. Oh, here we go. A Ralatai merchant ship was sunk by Aediran pirates off the eastern coast of Reed Saris. Before the ships collapsed into the waves, the pirates made off with a variety of precious treasures, many of which were experimental animancy implements, or nautical devices intended for Defiance Bay and Sperento. The concerned would-be recipients of the cargo are discreetly inquiring about potential help. Their hope is to recover their shipments before the pirates learn the value of what they've taken. Alright, well, It's your homeland. Kana, you're going for it.
I'm ready.
Let's see if I've gone higher than ally. Probably not.
I'm ready.
Alright, well. Something about the top of the waterfall, right? Because that's where the oh, blood marks. Whoa. Okay.
My mind feels sharp as steel.
For the Republic! For the
Okay. I probably could have made do with easy,
I understand.
Look, man. Over a ground hardened by dry blood and stomped leaves. Corpse of a giant stilgar crawls and flies. Its flesh has been pierced and cut, as if stabbed by spears and slashed by swords. You touch the dead stilgar's flank. A cloud of flies stirs into the air, and suddenly, you feel the creature's remaining essence. The world around fades away. The pack rests. Rocks shelter the young, full bellies. You turn away and look beyond the trees. The moon breaks over their swaying canopy. A scent in the air stirs a tingling in your mouth. You slide into the shadows, the taste of hunt filling your nostrils. Light shines on the stones by the water that falls. Prey down below. Two-legged, hair like dry grass. It moves near the water that flows. Thin legs, slow, noisy, unaware. It holds a sharp stick. Two-legged hunter. Weak hunter. Prey. Closer prey. Bright moon prey. Into the dark. Pain. Pain on your side. A sharp stick pokes out of your flank. You roar and shake it. It snaps, breaking on the stones. What stones? Your blood. Leaves rustle. You look. Another two-legged. Another hunter. Thick legs, silent steps, stripe-faced. Strong hunter. Enemy. You leap, aiming at its neck. It moves fast. Your claws find flesh, ripping it deep, ripping it down. Wet leaves, two-legged blood. It howls. It fights back. Long claws cut through the air. They slash at your flesh. More pain. Sharp pain. You strike, it strikes. Hot blood on your claws. Hot cuts on your chest. The world goes red. Your strength fails. You can't breathe. The two-legged hunter looks down. Wet ground, our blood. Sharp stick above its head. Bright moon above its head. Strong hunter. The world goes dark. So what happened? So did the other guy attack him? Or did he just die from the struggle? Because that's a very different thing. Hunter. Okay.
I'm ready.
Stones. There's a lot of you guys.
For the Republic! I'm ready.
What's this cave? What is the cave here? Okay. Is it just some random cave?
Got an arrow.
How big is this? Oh, it's not very big. It's not a very big cave.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Let's see what's over here. Well, what is this? What's this on the floor over here? Oh. Where's our- I guess that's it. Wait, what is this? Skeleton. Exceptional club. Stalking. Sneak attack bonuses. I mean, I don't really sneak. I guess it's something. She has a really high sneak ability, actually. So I guess we're giving it to her. What do these gloves do? Blood Testament. Oh, that's good for him. But let me see how much the extra damage from those you get. Plus 2% raw damage. A monk from the Abbey of the Cloven Wheel masters suffering by taxing her body to its limits each day. Such was her discipline that her sensitivity to pain and her ability to redirect it reached heights previously unknown to her order. Following her death in battle, the fellows of the Abbey gave her bloodied hand bandages, a place of honor in their great hall. An unknown thief stole the bandages along with several other relics in 2802 AI. Since then, the wrappings have circulated among various monks of different orders. Okay, so it's good for monks. I guess I'll go with that then. It's just straight up extra damage.
I'm ready.
Guess that's it. Our final resting place was in a cave somewhere. Well, a short little cave. Alright, let's go take the temple back now. And probably go to the burial isle. Although I should probably rest here. Nah, Sagani will be fine. Time to fight a dragon. Oh yeah, no, that's where we came from, right? Oh, it's a lot of skeletons. The edges of the bones are brittle and blackened.
I'm ready.
Let's go. Whoa, it walks on 2 legs?
And now the fun begins.
As you reach the summit of the mountain, a gust of wind stirs the air. You hear a noise like the snapping of sails, and the sky is briefly blotted out. A dragon lands before you, shaking the ground beneath your feet. It draws itself up to its full height and spreads its wings, barring your passage. Its neck, its back, and the ridge of its spine are covered with magnificent plumage. It hisses at you, and while the sound is unlike any language you've ever heard, the beast's meaning is utterly clear.
Vermin invading my nest, threatening my hatchling. You shall feed my young.
A small worm crouches in a corner behind the dragon. Be careful. Her mind is on edge, not with hunger, but fear. This is a temple dedicated to a goddess, not your hatchery. Oh, what? No, damn it. Can I... Maybe I can peacefully ask her to leave. I don't know. Her mind's scared, right? Okay, let's do this.
I understand.
Can't skip these animations.
Sweet mother of Gallowayne! That's an impressive...
Oh wow, that's interesting. We have young here?
I will protect my last hatchling to the death.
Hylea.
That death will be yours, rodent.
Hylea is the goddess of mother.
And of the sky and all winged creatures. Even my kind know of her.
Is that why you came
I
here?
came to care for my remaining hatchling. My kind requires territory. Few places are safe for our young. This is a lesson that cost me the rest of my brood.
You will often kill many if you stay. Ah, wait, do I fail the quest if I let her stay? I mean, if you promise not to kill anyone, wouldn't it be fine?
Good.
Sorry if, let's see what anyone else says. It seems a random party member starts the thing every time.
Sweet mother,
Vermin.
Oh, no. I'm gonna keep loading. Sorry. If I let her leave, I mean... Problem, we're gonna have to get rid of all those skeletons by the entrance of the temple.
Ah.
And now,
Vermin.
Alright, you have young.
I will protect my last and of the sky and all winged creatures. Even I came to care for my so be it.
You're full of surprises and rares. Okay, she approves. But what now? Yeah, you didn't have to kill all those people. Hylea's nest. Alright, so what do I do about this? Time to go pray. Alright. Would the goddess understand? Let's find out. You know, even though she did devour all those people. Alright. God, I gotta walk so far to go back into there. Hey, the goddess says that's not cool. Sorry.
You must gather your party.
I gotta
before
save the
venturing.
world, so time to say pray to Hylea. Oh, single sparrow. To be honest, I really can't stand birds, which is hilarious because she is one. Alright, there we go. Watcher, I believe we stand in the legendary court of birds.
You journeyed to my temple and found the dragon. Yet instead of driving it off, you allowed it to stay. The songs of my faithful will never again fill the nest. And the beast and her young will slaughter many to feed their hunger. Yes, and each should create wonders of commensurate value. What does a dragon create?
Beauty, great and powerful and colorful. They are marvelous.
Their might inspires countless songs and tales, and the span of their wings fills canvases across Aora. And you are one whose soul is filled with the same passionate energy. Indeed, you are the right person to end this tragedy.
Okay.
Then you have earned the favor of another. But stopping Theos will not heal the Deerwood. You must
Okay, so
guide
there are
the
multiple
trapped
options
souls
of what you
back to
can
the
do
bodies
with
they were stolen from. Hollow-born children whose eyes have never seen the sun.
The grieving mother claps her hands once, setting off the music of her chimes. After long years, let their wounds be healed, their tears dried. You could restore them, give their so many of them, so many people killed their hollow-born children already, right? Cemetery demanded great rejoicing. Alright. Sure. Oh.
When you reach the burial isle, you will find souls there that I have granted reprieve for their sins. I give these to you, for only they can bear you to safety on your journey down. And when you face Theos and the rotting fruits of his endeavors, remember the conversation we have had. In that moment you will have power rivaling a god's. And after it, you will live in the world that you have chosen. Choose Restoration, Watcher. Return the souls to the bodies they were stolen from. Swear to me that you will do this, and I shall give you power to make even Woodica quake. I can be merciful and terrible, Watcher.
Watcher, this is the hope I've held to, that the children of the Deerwood might be restored, their families healed. When this bring Hylea's restoration. I would hear what the other.
Wait! I'm not done with you.
Oh, who's this speaks in anger? Please forgive. Passion is but another side of my nature. There is nothing to forgive.
It's not often that any of our kind get the chance to speak to their... What should I call you? My mother? Father? Those words seem to fall short and yet be too generous, given our history.
You are angry with me. The birds cocked their heads, craning and twisting their necks to look at one another.
What did you expect? Should I be happy? To be like this? To live like this? What kind of creator does this to her creation and abandons it in a world this cruel?
And should I have plucked you from your home, wrapped you in my wings, and brought you to a nest like this one? Some tranquil and harmonious place far from the war chants and battle dances you love so well? A hawk shivers, ruffling its feathers. Tell me what you want.
All I've ever wanted from any of your kind is to take some responsibility. Any responsibility for what you've done. To us. To every one of the children you've abandoned.
The birds flap their wings, rising from their branches. You are a song of ferocity, and one I love well. I hear your furor and rage, and it is music. Your prowess and valor leave a trail like a tapestry upon the world. I would not dampen your song, even with the comfort of my wings.
What does that mean? Come back here!
There is no response. Palagina's fists clench in frustration. Sorry you didn't get the answers wrong.
We all deserve better.
That's it for that. Do I gain your reputation? Oh, well, we had we have an answer to our thing. Okay. After traveling north from Godhammer Citadel, Canna arrived in the Raidsaran port city of Benhelt. Several of the pirates had landed there and sold much of their stolen booty. Tips and rumors from merchants and criminal elements led Canna to the Bone Isles, a small archipelago southwest of Raidsaris. The more foolhardy pirates put up a fight, but most of them fled with small scraps of cargo. In the end, Canna managed to recover over half of what was stolen. One item, a small, curious diving bell, went unclaimed by the conglomerate of merchants that paid for the recovery. Oh, so you... it's a helmet? What does this do? Oh. So it lets you hold your breath. Alright. How much time was that? That was... what, not an hour yet?
I'm ready.
Well... let's see. Do I need all the council stars? To find the Court of Penitence. How many other, well, I gotta go talk to Riadai. The Master of Blood. Alright. Oh, we're drawing to the end of this game.
Ready.
Let's go, I guess we should attack the dragon though, because yeah, it's gonna eat more people, regardless. Alright. Gonna have to attack it and see what that leads. It is some example of trying to have my cake and eat it too, right?
I'm ready.
What? Sorry. I'm gonna try my
And now the fun begins.
Alright, let's go.
Vermin.
Alright, let's go.
Hold out.
Oh, she can summon weird Sky Dragon Eye. Sky dragons are said to have almost supernatural vision, able to pick out the tiniest prey from far above the ground. Though clouded now with death, the iris of this massive eye retains its vibrant green gold sheath. Yo, damn, I just cut her eye out afterwards? That's pretty messed up. Damn, look at all these bones.
I'm ready.
What do we do with this nest? Willbreaker, what is this? Oh, that's some creepy shit. Topaz. Andra's tooth. There are pearls. Right.
I'm ready.
What about the rest of her brood? Oh, what is this? Goldenster. Forged by a master smith of the Knights of the Crucible. God's thunder saw greatest use during the War of Defiance. Dedicated to Abaddon and inscribed with his holy symbol, the hammer held devastating power and could leave foes senseless with a single blow. In the thick of battle, warriors will often claim to hear thunderous explosions and witness blinding flashes of light. Many believe the gods themselves disapproved of the fighting and were voicing their displeasure. That's a really good weapon.
Ready.
I'm not sure any of my guys are strong enough to... Oh, let's go tell them their freaking temple's done. Alright. This game is mad long. No, I'm almost there. Just gotta jump through the... go to Burial Isle. I'm doing all the companion quests now. There's some minor quest stuff that I haven't...
Before I knew it, the Stelgar was on top of me, and I was face down in the dirt.
Arrow to the throat. That stops him.
What? No! I was spirit shifted, and she was in heat, so I aimed for the throat. But
hey,
not with an arrow.
Whoa, that got X-rated real fast. So what's up with these guys?
What do you wish to know? Until we meet again.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's I don't think I have anyone with Warhammer proficiency though. All right, let's go talk to Hylea. I did your job for you. All right.
You journeyed to my temple and rid it of the dragon. Now my faithful may return,
I just wanted to kill the dragon.
singing their joy to the skies and praising me through their creation.
Okay.
Glad because you seek to protect.
Alright.
Then you.
I already did this.
When you reach the bed,
I
choose.
already did this. I would hear what the other gods have. Oh, she gets.
It's not. What did?
All right.
All I.
She's all.
What does that mean? Come back here.
Stoic.
We all deserve better.
Alright, there you go.
I'm
well,
ready.
I found another blessing. I'm definitely probably not getting the Abaddons because I'm not that like I don't know if I want to kill those two guys. Those two figures seem pretty important to Glenfef, whatever.
I'm ready.
Time to go. Oh, what other quest did I have to finish? I finished Sagani's. Oh, does she have any extra? Does she have any
I'm
extra
here.
dialogue after that?
A deer in the middle of Air Glonfoth. But I'm glad I can bring this success back to Masuk. And perhaps Persak will return to us one day because of it.
I'm certain he
To be
will.
honest, the biggest relief is knowing that my journey was worthwhile. That finding Persak and carrying our village's story to him will strengthen our community and return his soul to us.
Well, I'm glad Sagani got her
I'm looking forward to being
confidence
back
back.
in Masuk among my family and my people. But more than anything, I'm glad to finally understand the purpose behind these last 5 years. What do you think? Do you feel as though you understand the purpose behind your hunt for Theos?
I need to fix the evil he's perpetrated in the entire world.
That would bring hope to many people, Watcher. I hope you're able to accomplish it. Anyway, Theos isn't getting any closer. I suppose we'd best keep after him.
We're chasing Sephiroth like in FF7.
I'm ready.
It's pretty fun. Alright, let's go deal with some more political stuff. Hearthsong, right? Yep, Hearthsong. And then we go off to Burial Isle afterwards. Now, I'm probably gonna deal with this court thing and then deal with this courtroom drama and call it a day. I don't like how the stats don't stack, but I guess if they did, it would be way too easy to be able to trigger every, pass every skill test in your cutscene, whatever, in your, in the story. Right now, I'm missing 1 resolve, so I need to find some item that gives me 3 resolve. Are there potions that give you a resolve, actually? Hold up. Potions. Nope. Doesn't seem like it. Nope, it doesn't. How about scrolls? Nope, scrolls are all combat spells. Never mind. Are there food? It'd be cool if there was food that gives you... Okay, so there's stuff that gives you perception. Anything gives you resolve. Oh, here we go. That's cool. Dragon meat... Wow, it takes dragon meat, though. That's pretty nuts. Oh, you need dragon eggs for this. How much can I make? Oh, I can only craft 4. Alright, I guess I'm using it. If I need something to pass that resolve check, I guess I'll do it. I'll be at what? I'll be at 19. Okay.
I'm ready.
Use that potion to temporarily pass stat checks. Well, damn it, I can go convince those people.
Good.
Gotta tell him how his brother died fighting that dragon. Alright.
What brings you here?
Alright, I've completed my task. Wow, what is a blood hunt? We hunt as pairs. 2 hunters, 2 tribes, 1 spirit. The blood hunt between your brother and Arfwin has broken the communion of our tribes, Redai. Do not dig in this wound until you can claim the truth. Perhaps our customs appear strange to you, but despite what you see now, we clan Faffins hold our bond secret. The ancestors will forgive me and my brother when I clean the shame away from his name, and from it the taint is brought to our tribe. Okay. Where's Few? Well, gotta tell him about his brother. I'm ready to share the truth with the NMFF. I'll make sure that so is Arfwin.
I'm ready.
So Arfwin's like...
Estromore?
What are you talking about? Far as a return. Oh. The council. Alright. So you can go back to Defiance Bay now. I don't know if I want to, but yeah, sure. I've been investigating Fjorm's disappearance. Indeed, Arfwin and Riada spoke of little else. I do not envy your position. Yet your testimony may resolve the tensions between the Keeper of the Stones and the Toy Split Arrow. Alright, let's begin. It's time for the courtroom drama. Well, the guy basically got himself killed because he like, ignored his partner, right? We've gathered to weigh the claims of Arfwin and Riad in the matter of Fjorm's disappearance. To that end, we are honored by the presence of Gauss and Anops, whose insight will help us render a verdict. Murmurs of astonishment echo from the front of the hut. We begin with Arthur's claim. He asserts that Fjorm lured him into a confrontation with the Stilgar, and that he slew the beast on his own. Fjorm, he says, exiled himself, fearing that the knowledge of his actions would heap shame on the Keepers of the Stone. That's definitely not what happened. As evidence, he brings a fang from the Great Stelgar. On the other hand, Riadai states that his brother was tricked and murdered by Arthwin during the hunt. A hunter of Fjord's renown would not have fallen in the blood hunt, but by treachery. Let's see. He only asks you to share your observations. What fate? He's dead. I found this one. What? Riadai stares at you, his face contorted between surprise and anger. He turns to Arthwin. How, you puny weakling? How? The Adamantified whips her neck towards the tribesman. Do not forget your place. Riadai's chest balloons, but he quickly lowers his chin in obedience. Arthwin's eyes dart from side to side. It saddens us to know this truth, but we must still reveal it deeper. How did the giant Stelgar die? Fjorm killed the giant beast. Of course he did. Arthwin's just a feeble hunter from the twice split arrows, and a liar. Okay. Alright, claim the truth. Oh wow, I only got one. There's no choice? You just gotta be honest? Alright, Fjorm tricked Arthwin and fought the giant Stelgar by himself. They killed each other in the fight. Arthwin tried to cover Fjorm's shame, but lied about besting the creature. Brothers of the tribe, let these wounds mend, go in peace, and contemplate the shame brought into our hearth.
I'm ready.
Oh, what happened? Shame upon both tribes is not what I would have wanted, but we must learn to turn our faces to these hard truths if we are to survive the coming season. Your integrity is a boon to us. Please, accept this for our thanks. What do I get? Just get XP? Oh, sheathed in autumn. What the hell is this? It's a dagger? That's what it sounds like, a dagger. Oh, no, it's a sword. A legend of the living land speaks of a marvelous and dangerous garden, watched over by 4 guardians: Northern Wind, Southern Gale, Western Sun, and Eastern Moon. To protect the garden from those who would disturb its wonders, and to protect hapless wanderers from the ravenous beasts and carnivorous plants within, the guardians diverted travelers with their respective domains: frigid and buffeting winds, glaring daylight, and the darkness of night. 3 would stand alert each season while 1 guardian rested. It is said that Northern Wind left the sword sheathed in the mountain snows each year during its autumn respite. Plus 45% damage. Oh wow, you can tank extra too. One at plus 1% and plus 1 enemy engaged. It's a tanking sword.
I'm ready.
That's awesome. Well, time to. That guy's probably pretty pissed at me. Told. Well, let's see if that buff on the resolve works. Am I gonna have to buy more dragon eggs then? They must be pretty expensive. See, my reputation went up too. Hero, hey, level 3. All right, so let's see if that's enough.
We don't have those in Nazi talk.
Your loss. They can eat anything, so their stomach juices are sour and tangy, like ripe fruit.
My loss indeed.
Alright, let's go back up to the thing, see if my reputation with these guys can convince those guys to leave now. Yep, Northfield. Back to Northfield. I think I'm almost there. The last 2 acts are probably very short. Because there are not many quests left to do. I did most of my companion stuff.
I'm ready. Need something?
Nope, nothing. Alright.
I'm ready.
Alright. Time to throw my my street cred around to convince them to back off. Let's go.
Tread carefully, Estramore.
Okay. If they surrender, will you let them live? I have been a friend to Twin Elms and the tribes. If my word has any weight, I will assure these foreigners will not return. Up, the woman gazes north, her mouth a twisted scowl as she ponders your words. The great stag nudges her shoulder. She reaches up to scratch the animal's chin. Blood was spilled, and life sprouts from a soaked ground. Yeah, that's what I'm up to. Their leader must pay for the crimes. Only then may the rest go free. Go deliver my message before I see the following in this. Do you wish the leader dead? We wish the leader to be an example to others. Sever his head, his freedom, or his family. Whichever will best warn others not to trespass into our lands. I'll do as you request. Can I talk to her? Can I talk to... Time to discuss this with the lady right here. You did it. Oh. But you're the type that deserves more than just praise. Coin, weaponry, or if nothing tangible suits your fancy, I gladly share. Ooh, do you get a skill? Tell me you say that. When you spend as much time as I do in the ruins, you learn to strike first, then to strike without warning. The key is efficiency of move. Ooh, dungeon delver. She walks you through several footwork drills that focus on quiet footfalls and measured breathing. Place all your weight on the final step when you're ready to strike, she yells for emphasis. I think you got the grasp of it. I'm honored I could teach you something new. We do still have to kill your leader. Hold up. But I guess that's it? Right? Or maybe their leader died in a thing. I don't know. Let's go up here. What's up? Ooh. Yo. I gotta prevent other people from looting your places so I can loot them for myself. Let's see. What's over here? Alright, well now that I have the resolve buff, I can maybe convince... no, you can't leave from here? Whatever, fine. Move down here. I can convince those frost elves to back the hell out of here. Whew. Really wish there was an 8x movement speed instead of your guy slowly crawling over. Wait, what? You can't leave from here? Oh, there it is. Alright, back to where? Old Song, right? Yep, Old Song. Oh, I can tell those two priest guys that I cleared out their nests too. Alright. Let's go tell the two people hanging out over here.
We saw you go up the mountain. Well? What happened?
I'm still alive, aren't I?
Say that we're both very relieved
yeah,
to
she's
see
kind of a
your
bitch. Don't.
Yes, of course, that too.
Dragon is younger.
Praise the Sky Mother, and thanks to you too. I told you that an attack was the way to go.
What? You didn't do shit.
And the Queen of Birds saw fit to bless us with a capable warrior. It is a shame that such a rare champion of the skies had to perish. All winged life is sacred to our goddess. Still, it is better that we can return to worship at the nest. Thank you. Not to presume too much, but you might pray to Hylea when you visit Terra Evron. She is grateful to all who aid her.
That's it? Just get some money? Don't even get XP for this? Come on, guys. Garbage tier. Alright, time to see if we can convince those frost guys to get the hell out of here. Yeah, I didn't think Resolve would be tested so often in this game. I would have buffed my Resolve during character creation if I knew this. Instead, because I'm a tank, I put my points into Constitution, which is the least tested stat, I think. Yeah, it's kind of a problem. Go in here. Eat the food before we eat that food. Oh wow, you can use the items as a quick thing. Alright. The 8, right?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
Reamer Gon's the frost-hewn breach is a weak so that we can. But if anything could pass through the frost-hewn breach, we call us. We receive.
Alright, yeah, whatever. Can't oppose the will of God. Here we go, Resolve 17. If Remergon wished for your souls to enter the White Void, wouldn't he make it so? I don't pretend to understand his will, and neither should you. So we should live another 100 lifetimes of toil, in devotion to a God who will not even deign to give us a reason? He heaves a sigh, clouding the air between you. We've been faithful to Remergon all these generations. and even now, it's his mercy we seek. And these centuries are but the blink of an eye to one who is eternal. He looks at the drawn, haggard faces of his people. If it's Remergon's will, we will go back to the white that wins. Perhaps one day he'll reward our endurance. They turn to leave, shuffling through noon frost as icy calls. Well, convince them to leave. I mean, what's so bad about life here? Oh, I gained a mad reputation. Can we close this thing now? Oh, here we go. A pedestal of black ice rises from the floor. Long finger-like ice crystals, as hard and clear as diamond, surround and pierce the altar. A hole has been gouged out of the middle of the altar. And although it can't be more than a few inches deep, it sucks the air around you. Plug the hole. The shard fits perfectly. As it settles into place, the cold around the altar dissipates. Similarly, the portal before you seems to thicken, and the mysterious seepage tapers off. There we go.
I'm ready.
We solved it peacefully. All it did was cost me a food item. Alright, let's go back and pray to... Yeah, I should have done all this shit before. Now I'm gonna go back and talk to Remergon and say... Yeah, I closed your portal for you. Hopefully you can... Okay, so this food that Bust Resolve is very useful, actually. I need to...
Joy hunting with your Stelgar form? Or do you prefer traditional weapons?
My favorite trick is to pretend I'm just a dead Orlan until something gets really close. Then I shift.
A clever tactic.
I'll say, I once killed a moose by giving it a heart attack.
Hail, Estramore.
Okay. Oh, she has weapons. Alright. Nobody's got any dragon, I guess nobody's got any dragon. Nobody's got any dragons. I guess it would be hard to find, but
I'm ready.
I'll Google it and see where I would get it. Alright, so did we satisfy all of them? Everyone except Barif, I think. I'm not going to kill those Golden Grove guys and the other guy. That seems like it would earn me very bad reputation with Twin Elves. Also, someone told me you're supposed to fight the Lord of the Hold again, or whatever. I'll go find out where the hell that is. Find that out next time. Alright, back into the thing. It's kind of weird. There's a god of death and there's a god of entropy in this world. Well, I suppose it makes sense because death is not just like confirmed, not the end, right? In this universe, it's just a cycle. All right, I did it. Pray to remember. Pray again, and the vision of the White Plains emerges. The driving wind returns in the chaos of whirling snow. Something moves at the center of the blizzard, plodding but relentless. As the snowstorm gets closer, you see an oryx, as colossal and slow as a glacier. Its shaggy white fur is matted with frost, but beneath it, ribs like a ship's frame protrude. Visible puffs of air issue from Sagani's gaping mouths. It's the beast of winter. A man, emaciated and almost naked, huddles at the beast's leg. His body is scored with lash marks, and his nose and ears have been carved from his face. His black eyes pierce the white out. The oryx stops and stands before you, enveloping you in the violent blizzard that surrounds it. Though its mouth does not move, the beast speaks in a deep and thunderous voice.
A clan of Glamfelin ventured from the white that wends to find the crack in the ice. When you sealed it, you damned their souls to a slow, weathering
Wait, didn't you tell me? What did
one they had sought to escape.
For recklessness indeed.
For each there is a season watcher. Winter's shroud covers all things in its time. The heat and energy of life dissipates.
Oh my god, don't remind me of the heat death of the universe, alright? That's depressing enough.
But entropy is a chisel of ice and a hammer of wind. It is not for mortals to wield these tools.
The world shudders beneath you, and a great crack echoes across the white expanse. The ice splits at your feet, waves lapping through the rift.
The Watcher seeks something long lost. What is it you search for?
The thousands of souls that Theos has stolen for a wound.
Theos has removed these souls from the cycle. They are ice melting in the sun.
Wait, so Myrmidon is okay with that?
Let them forget this world and be forgotten by it.
Take the souls she so desires and grind them into dust. Let her see her.
Wow, this is like the most chaotic, evil of freaking plans. For several seconds, the waves wash quietly against the ice, and the Oryx stands silently amidst the churning flurries.
It is the destiny of all things to crumble and join the chaos that follows this world. Some seek it willingly, as you have seen.
To mingle, roiled and stirred by the tides
No, I
of
don't
the
think that's a
universe.
great fate.
It is not an unkind fate.
You would give these souls the very fate you sought to deny to Glenfell.
I am the beast of winter. I neither speed nor alter my path for the whims and desires of Kith. I take souls at the time of my choosing, be it mote by mote or in a sudden tempest of chaos.
Oh, so your reasoning is, I'm a
These
god, I do whatever I
souls,
want.
They have already forgotten their place in this world. They have been lost to existence. Let them be memorialized and mourned for an age and then forgotten entirely.
Why do you oppose?
She desires to order chaos and shackle the agents of change in the world. Under her, all things would remain static and frozen according to her laws.
Even now, she only barely keeps the pact of the gods to leave the affairs of Kith in mortal hands.
Oh, got some loopholes where
She moves
you
in
can't directly
Theos where
interfere.
she cannot move directly.
And so we call on you to do the same. Such are the schemes of the Queen that was.
When you reach the burial isle, we will send lost souls to guide you through the pit. This is our gift to you. What you do after you face Theos will be your choice, but we would have you set the stolen essence adrift.
And whether you would heed us or no, understand that our end comes to all things eventually. Help us achieve it, and we shall reward you now with a power to rival Theos's.
But do not choose lightly. We forget nothing, least of all a betrayal.
Do not wait forever. We wait, but Theos does not.
Myrmidon continues towards you, swallowing you in a blinding, deafening snowstorm. You experience a dizzying, exhilarating disorientation, oblivious to the landscape around you, and even the reality of your own body. You hear a noise that could be the shrieking winds, or Skane's screeching cackle, and then it recedes with everything else. Myrmidon reappears in the distance, trudging away from you, and the whiteout follows him. As the vision of snow fades, it leaves in its wake the flagstones of Tyr Everon. Boom. How many more, Council of Stars? I have Divine Favor. That's pretty much it, right? Yeah. We're good. Let's see. Yep. Pretty much nothing remains except do side stuff and then jump through the hole. I still haven't done the dungeon under Cade Nua yet, and I'll work on that next time, I guess. Alright. See you guys next time.